Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. If you can't tell already, there is a bit of a difference in my setup. I'm actually in a brand new room, and if you haven't seen that video where I actually moved rooms in my house, I'll link that down below for you guys to watch. So I'm in a brand new bedroom. Anyways though, if you can't tell by the title already of this video, today is going to be a full face drugstore makeup tutorial. So I picked out in a bin right in front of me the top best drugstore makeup products, and I'm going to be doing my full face of makeup with them today. So if you want to know about some of my favorite holy grail drugstore products and how I use them to create this look right here, just keep on watching. Alright, so let's just get started. I'm going to start off by priming, of course. Now what I've liked to do lately is take my badescu facial spray. This has aloe, cucumber, and green tea in it. This is what this looks like right here, and I will just spray this all over my skin as a first prime. My skin has been like not loving me lately, and I think that's just because I've been kind of stressed and really busy lately, but hopefully, you know, it gets better soon. But I find that this like spray right here is awesome. It actually really helps my skin just because of the ingredients in it, so that's why I love using it. I'm gonna actually use two different primers today just because I really want to show you guys like what I'll sometimes do. I'm gonna first take this Milani Prime Light Facial Primer, and I'm going to be using this kind of all over the skin. This gives a really nice like luminous feel to the skin. It smooths out your skin. It's actually a very nice primer. And then I'm going to be taking this L'Oreal Matte Lock Infallible Primer. I love this stuff just because in the summer my face does get kind of oily, so I like to take a bit of this and put it in my T-zone where I get a little more oily, and this just helps my makeup kind of stay in longer, keeps it matte all day. I'm gonna do a rough outline of my brows. I do have a little bit of eyebrow product in right now from, you know, earlier on in the day and stuff, but I'm just gonna take my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Black, and I'm just gonna kind of touch these up a little bit. I'm going to be grabbing my Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation right here. This is honestly my all-time favorite foundation, not only like drugstore, but favorite foundation of all time. So if you're looking for a foundation that's going to give you amazing, and I mean amazing coverage, will last all day, will look literally perfect on the skin, like will make your skin look absolutely amazing, this is the foundation I would recommend. And then I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal foundation sponge. Again, my probably favorite drugstore sponge. I also like the Eco Tools one, but this one I'm going to use today. And I'm just going to tap this in. Again, very easy foundation to work with. It just blends really nicely. And once it is blended into the skin, it actually does dry down. So then you don't have to worry about it transferring or anything, because this stuff is literally transfer proof. Especially for you guys out there who do your makeup before you get dressed, because then you don't really have to worry about it transferring onto your white blouses and stuff, because that's such a struggle sometimes. So then I'll add a little bit more coverage of this. I like using a light amount first and then building it up. I find I get a better application that way. So I'll literally just build up a little bit in my cheek area, in my chin area, anywhere I just feel like I want a little more something. And then what I'll do is I'll take the Access foundation and go right onto my eyelid. I haven't been really using concealer on my eyelids anymore, just because sometimes I feel like it's too heavy and then my eyelids start creasing. So I'll just take that foundation right up. And then I always bring my foundation down my neck, of course. Alright, moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10. I'm using the shade 10, which is like the color of my skin tone right now. I'm not going to be using a lighter shade just because I haven't really been into the whole highlighting the under eye look lately. So what I do is I take this and I'll just focus it on my cheek area, because this is where I like more coverage. And as you can see, it's a little bit lighter than my skin, but not like as I usually do. Like if you look back at some of my videos, I go really light under, and I've just not been loving that lately, you know what I mean? Like I just kind of wanted a change. And this is honestly my favorite concealer ever. Like if I had to choose one concealer to use for the rest of my life, this would be it in my opinion. Just like, I love it so much. I think it looks great on the skin. It has beautiful coverage. It's more of a natural look to it. Like it's not super high coverage, but it just looks so nice on the skin. And it's a very like natural finish, so it looks skin-like almost. So I like even using this concealer on its own with no foundation under. It looks good also. You don't need foundation for this concealer to look good. And I also find that this concealer doesn't crease as much as others do, so I like it for that as well. Alright, so now it's time to powder. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder today. This is honestly so amazing. I was going to use my Coty Airspun today, and I absolutely love that one, don't get me wrong. But this one's a little newer to me. I've been using it more recently, and I feel like I've used my Coty Airspun in videos in the past, so I feel like I use this today and talk to you guys about it because you guys really need to know about this powder. So I have mine in the shade 10, and right now since I have a bit of a tan going on, it's perfect because it has that yellow tinge to it. And what I'll do is I'll just plop my blender in there like so, and I won't go right under the eyes. I'll go like more in that cheek area and then bring it up a little into the eyes like so, and then drag it down my face, and then take the excess onto my eyelid to set that down as well. This powder is just so finely milled that it looks flawless on the skin. It like literally makes your pores and like lines and stuff disappear. It just makes your skin so smooth. It like works with your makeup really nice. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top of it, and I just think it's so great. It keeps me matte all day but not like dry or anything. Like, it doesn't cling to my dry spots. I literally can't say enough about this powder because I love it that much. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going to be grabbing my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Of course, this is one of my absolute favorites, so I have to use it in today's video. I'm just going to be going in with this Real Techniques blush brush, swirling in there, and just going to carve out the cheekbones slightly, like so, doing circular motions. And then when I do this, I like to go up and down. Also, not just side to side. I like to go up, down, and side to side. That way you'll get the perfect blend. So I go up into the temple, down right under my ear, and then side to side. And that way it just blends beautifully. And then I'll take it right onto that cheek a little bit as well. And then I take some and I go onto the temples. I use a tapping motion at first and then blend it out. And then of course we have to go under, neck, carve out that jawline a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll pinch my brush, and I won't pick up any more product, and I'll go right into here and contour out my nose. Now this is a really quick and easy way to contour. If I need a little more product, instead of swirling, I'll just kind of swipe across, tap off, and just go in. And this way you get a very natural, flawless contour. And then I sometimes brush it down if I need to, kind of blend everything together. And I'm actually gonna go in with a second bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I don't always use them both together, but today I just feel like warming it up a little more. This one's a little warmer than the Butter Bronzer, so I'm just dipping into here slightly and just kind of grazing this on the hollows of my face, like not applying a lot since we already did bronze, just doing a very, very small amount on my skin. Alright, for blush, I'm going to be using the Paradise Enchanted blush from L'Oreal. Now, this isn't like my absolute favorite blush. Some of my favorites are Milani baked blush in the shade Luminoso. I love the Wet n Wild Rose Champagne, Essence, Satin Love. Like, those are just some of my few favorites, but I really love this color, so I thought I'd use it today. And I do like the formula in this too. It's a brand new blush, and this is in the shade Just Curious. The formula on it has a bit of a satin touch to it, so it looks very luminous and very healthy on the skin. And I'm using my Wet n Wild stippling brush. I love stippling brushes for blush because I feel like I can go heavier handed into the pan, but then I don't have to worry about it being very harsh on the skin, which is really nice actually. And I just feel like stippling brushes for blush blend it out so effortlessly that it's so easy. I am actually gonna mix in a bit of this Essence one in the shade Satin Love. This is their Satin Touch blush. Again, very luminous, healthy look to it. I'm just gonna take a bit, and these blend out so nicely. I'm just gonna add a bit of this too because I want that mauve tone and that peachy tone in there. I don't know what I'm doing. I just like to mix blushes sometimes. So we went a little intense with the blush, but I honestly like it. And then what I'll usually do is I'll take the brush I use for my bronzer and then use it in my blush region and use that to blend out everything so that's not too lines, so that everything kind of blends together. Alright, so now it's time to highlight, of course. So I'm going to be using my Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight. This is like the best thing ever, and I'm going to be using this Real Techniques setting brush. I'm just going to dip into here and see that? Like, look how gorgeous that is. And I'll just take circular motions really to blend it out. Tip of the nose, of course. Yes, a little bit here. This is just the most beautiful highlighter. There's no glitter in this. It's literally just a pure sheen, and I think it's so gorgeous. And see how I'm just kind of building it up and it doesn't look chunky, like it just looks kind of effortless on the skin. I love that about it. And then what I'll do is I take the sponge and I take the side I use for powder, and I'll just kind of graze over everything just to make sure it's like seamless. So I do that a little bit. Alright, so moving on to the eyes, I'm actually going to be using a few things today. I'm going to start off with my Mad for Matte palette, and this is the Summer Breeze palette. This is what this looks like right here. They have a bunch of different colors in the Mad for Matte palettes, and I absolutely love them. I have a bunch of them. I have the Holy Smokes one, the original, this one, and I use them all the time, so I really wanted to use it today just to more talk about it. I'm going to dip into this shade right here with a Morphe R38 brush, tap off excess, of course, and I'm just going to go right into the crease. Just right in there. Build a transition shade. You can see how easily these are blending out, but at the same time how pigmented from just a few swipes. Like, it's really, really effortless on the eyes. Alright, I'm gonna real quick highlight my brow bone using this cream shade right here. Just real quick hit that brow bone. And then the main palette we're going to be using today is this Wet n Wild Rose in the Air eyeshadow palette. And the reason I'm using this is because I want like this mauvier burgundy look today, but I do have like a lot of drugstore palettes that I love, including this one, the e.l.f. ones. Milani makes amazing palettes. L'Oreal just came out with their peach one, which I loved. Sonia Kashuk. Like, there's a bunch out there that are really, really good from the drugstore. The Maybelline City Mini palettes are great. So like, there's a lot you guys can choose from. Obviously, I'm not going to use all of them in this video today because then you guys can't really recreate this look using all of them. So I'm just going to be using this one today. I'm going to start off with this transition shade right here, and I'm gonna start patting this in the outer corner like so, and then bringing that in to the crease. I'm gonna go in with a fluffier brush, blend that out, just tapping in there slowly. So this is just the most important step, really building this transition before we go in with crease shades. Then I'm going to take the MB13 brush from Morphe, and I'm going to dip into this beautiful shade right here. It's like a cranberry. I'm going to place this right on the outer corner using a tapping motion first. Kind of taking it into the inner part of my eye, not passing really the center. Just kind of blending into the center. Doing this again, and then swiping it up into the crease. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the shade next to it. It's just a more purpley shade, this one next to it. I'm going to layer these two because I want that mauve-y burgundy in there, but I don't want it to be too pink. I'm going to mix these two transition shades, and I'm going to use this to buff everything together. I'm actually going to switch to a smaller brush. This is the e.l.f. crease brush, and I'm going to keep this really tight in that outer V to deepen up this look a little tiny bit. Alright, so I'm going to do like kind of like a half cut crease look today. So I'm going to take a bit of concealer, and then with this Wet n Wild small concealer brush, I'm just going to pick up some of that. So it's the same Fit Me concealer I used on my face, and I'm going to be using this just to carve out my crease a little bit. I'm going to come in a little closer so you guys can see. So I'm just placing the concealer down. And I'm not going to be too precise because I don't want like a fully cut crease. I'm just doing this more for the color I'm putting down next to lay better. So I'm not even going to bother about that little part there. And then I'm going to grab this Essence Metal Shock eyeshadow in the shade Solar Explosion. It's the gold shade. Very, very pretty. And I'm going to use this on the lid. I'm just going to go straight on, just applying a little bit right where we cut that crease. This is such a beautiful gold shade. Now I'm going to use the excess to blend it into the matte shades. And then to kind of top it off, I'm going to dip into that Wet n Wild palette we were using. And I'm going to grab the gold shade on my finger here. This beautiful gold shade. I'm going to use this and pat it right on top, because this one in the Wet n Wild palette is a little more yellow, a little warmer, so I want to take a bit of that and pop it right on top. I'm going to take the excess on my finger and kind of smooth it into the matte shades we use. And then I'm going to take, of course, these darker shades we use and use that to blend out this line in the center here. Alright, for the lower lash line, I'm going to go into the shade in that e.l.f. palette that we used in the transition and use this to create a base for that lower lash line. And then I'm going to go into this shade, so we're really repeating the same matte shades I used on the top right onto the bottom. And then of course these two shades, tapping into these pretty lightly and concentrating these closer, whereas the other shades I smoked down more. Then a bit of the brown just with the very tip of the brush, going really close in there. Now that this eyeshadow look is done, I'm gonna go do the other eye and I will be right back to finish off this makeup look. Alright, so both the eyes are now done, or at least the eyeshadow is. I'm gonna be doing some wing liner, and of course I'm gonna be using this NYC liquid liner in the shade Black. This is not just the best drugstore liquid eyeliner, but the best liquid eyeliner ever in general. So what I like to do with this is just go from here and create a faint line, and then go back the other way, creating that V, and then I'll fill it in. And then I'll fade it in to the rest of my eye. And what I love about this is it dries down matte, so I love when it dries down matte and super, super black. And it's also very, very easy to draw the line. It's very smooth, and I don't have to keep dipping back into the tube a million times. It's just like you dip a few times and you have a perfect pigmented eyeliner look, and you don't have to, you know, really struggle with it. This is the easiest liquid liner to use, and it's so inexpensive, and it just is so good, so I love it. Alright, for mascara, I'm going to be using, of course, my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. This is the best mascara, hands down, I've ever tried. I'm just going to be applying a light layer to my eyelashes. It just builds your lashes so nicely, gives you so much volume. I'm not applying a ton right now because I will put on falsies, but you can like wear this mascara like on its own without falsies. I do it all the time and it looks like you're wearing falsies almost. Like that's how big your lashes get with this mascara and how voluminous they get too. Like every time I wear this mascara, I have people ask me, what mascara are you using, or your eyelashes look so great, or wow, your eyelashes look so long. And I'm like, thank you Lash Paradise for yet another amazing lash day. So I will be applying lashes today, nothing too crazy, just pretty natural ones. I'm going to be applying my Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. These are one of my favorite drugstore lashes. Ardell makes great lashes in general. I love their faux mink lashes. Those are great if you want something a little more bold. But for natural days, I love wearing these because they sit more on the outer corner of my eye and they just add a little, you know, something to my eye look. They just finish it off really nicely. And I'm going to be using my Duo Lash Glue today. And what I love about these lashes is at first you can't really tell like right off the bat that you're even wearing eyelashes, if that makes sense. It just kind of looks like you have really nice long lashes, natural ones. Like it doesn't look too, like they don't really look like false lashes that much, which I really like actually. Alright, so I'm gonna highlight my inner corner using the highlighter I use on my face, so my Pure Nude, just with a little brush here. Alright, so now moving on to the lips. I'm going to be taking this Milani Amore Matte Liquid Lipstick, and this one is in the shade 10, Adorable. This is my favorite color from them. I wear this one literally all the time. It's probably one of my favorite lip colors of all time, so I'm just going to be applying this today. I'm going to be skipping lip liner and kind of be using this instead to outline my lips. This is the perfect nude too. Like it's not too cool tone, not too warm. It's just the perfect nude shade. And if you want long lasting, these are it right here. I just did a lip swatch video on these liquid lipsticks. If you're interested, I'll link that down below for you guys to see, because I gave you like my full review, my full swatches, everything like that. It's just a more in-depth video, so definitely check that out. And then I'm going to be taking the Maybelline matte lipstick in the shade Darling Nude. This is my favorite lipstick formula, like tube lipstick of all time. It's just such an amazing, beautiful formula. And I'm just going to be popping a little bit of this onto the center. And then I do want to add some lip gloss today. I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Glossy Lip Gloss. This is the best lip gloss formula also. They're really comfortable on the lips, they look nice, and they won't get like really gross, you know what I mean? Like they won't build up weird in the corners of your mouth or anything, so it's a really nice formula. These ones aren't sticky, they just glide on really nice, and they look just beautiful and glossy, so I love them. Alright, so now for setting spray to lock in this look right here, I'm going to be using my Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is the best drugstore setting spray if you're looking for something that will make your makeup last longer, will make it look really pretty on the skin, and kind of just finish everything off. So I'm just going to do some sprays of this. And honestly, the spray on here is actually really nice. It's not too squirty, and I feel like it just like coats your face really nicely in just a few sprays. Alright guys, so that is it for this makeup look. I hope you enjoyed and hopefully learned some things or some tips and tricks for making your makeup look really nice when you apply it, and also, you know, discovering some products, you know, the ultimate best drugstore products, the things I use all the time, the things I reach for and would recommend to anyone that asked. These are my top products, so hopefully this video is helpful to any of you looking for some new drugstore makeup or just makeup in general that really works and has an amazing price tag as well. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.